Congress remains at a standstill with the top job in the House of Representatives still vacant. GOP candidates for Speaker of the House are expected to speak at a forum on Capitol Hill later today. All 9 lawmakers who have announced they are vying for the job are members of the conservative Republican Study Committee. Nikole Killion joins us now from Capitol Hill, where she has been following this race and everyone involved in it. Nikole, so who is emerging as the front runner on Capitol Hill? 9 is a huge number to get any majority.
Yeah, it is a pretty wide field, but so far, GOP whip Tom Emmer seems to have that front runner status at the moment. Keep in mind, he is number 3 in leadership, the Republican whip, so he really has been tasked over the better part of this year as the person to try to rally all sides to win agreement on various pieces of legislation, whether it was that debt limit deal we saw this spring, whether it was the temporary bill to prevent a government shutdown this fall. You know, he is the one that kind of has people in his office almost 24/7 trying to reach compromise. He's also former chair of the NRCC, so he did help a lot of these members, Republican members here in Congress, get elected.
And importantly for many, not an election denier, perhaps for Democrats, someone there to stand behind. So with 9 Republicans in the race, how do candidates differentiate from each other?
Yeah, well, to your point, just about all of them objected against certifying the 2020 election, with the exception of Tom Emmer and Congressman Austin Scott, who actually ran the last round against Jim Jordan, but lost in a secret ballot, congressman from Georgia. But look, it really runs the gamut here. You have some younger members of Congress, Byron Donalds, for instance, who's only in his sophomore year, 44, one of the few African-American Republicans in the House, to those who have spent a lot of time in this place, like Pete Sessions, who also is a former NRCC chair, also a longtime congressman out of Texas. So you also have the chair of the Republican Study Committee, Kevin Hern, who is in this race. So there are a variety of members across the ideological spectrum, but also varied in age and service here in Congress. So that's really why it's a wide open race.
So being that wide open race, it seems like this is the highest, not it seems, it's pretty obvious that this is the highest number of contenders we've seen so far fighting to become speaker. How does that alter the process? Does it in any way of picking one?
It really doesn't. I mean, you know, they have pretty strict rules as far as the Republican conference is concerned. And by now, people are probably used to the cycle that we have seen over the course of these last couple of weeks, where first, you know, you have to have candidates declare, which they did by noon yesterday. Then Republicans will meet and have a candidate forum where all members of the House Republican Conference will get a chance to hear from all of these members, listen to their reasons and rationale for running. And then what we expect to take place tomorrow is that, of course, we'll have a secret ballot where, you know, each of these members will get a shot, and, you know, the person who gets the least amount of votes ultimately doesn't make the cut, and then they go to another round of voting and another round until they emerge with a consensus candidate. So that's kind of how we expect the process to play out, very similar to what we saw in this last round between Jim Jordan and Austin Scott. Prior to that, Jim Jordan and Steve Scalise. And then, of course, you remember when Kevin McCarthy ran, of course, he also faced several challengers who ultimately McCarthy rose to the top following those secret ballots. So similar process, not much to change again. And still that magic number that any of these candidates have to reach is 217 if they want the gavel and if they want to get it on the House floor.
Gosh, it's such an urgent time. Nikole Killion, thank you so much.
You bet.